Struve is going to be a part of a bigger picture in Haparanda, and we are thinking about cultural heritage over the whole thing, the municipality, and Struve is going to be a part of it. And the people who are involved in this is Arja Martinvita. She's the head of the school administration, and Pia is here, cultural secretary in Haparanda. Me, of course, Lars-Göran, and Marcus Knutgård, teacher in Karungi, and Seija Fjällvin, she's our principal here in Marielund. This is the planning group here. And as you can see, we have this Struve measuring point up here from Haparanda. So you can orientate yourself where it is.
Is it like 15 minutes with the car from Haparanda?
Yes, if you drive up from Haparanda up to Kukkolakoski, Kukkola Rapids, it's about 15 kilometers. And say 1.5 kilometers north of Kukkolakoski, it's Kukkolaforsen, Kukkola Rapids. You turn left, and how far is it from Road 99, Marcus?
It's about at least 5 kilometers to walk.
Yes.
I went there with skis a couple of weeks ago. 5 kilometers, yes, by skis or walking.
Okay, so our plan is when you're going there, so you're going to drive about 18 kilometers by bus. Then you can hop out from the bus and walk the nature trail up to Perävaara. We have some other plans later on for this, but I can talk about on the next slide. This is our plan in our municipality. We are going to start with for the young children, preschool classes, those who are 6-year-old, they are going to visit Pesula farm, and it's in the northern part of Kukkola. And for the younger students in grade 2, 5, and 7, we are going to go to our museum, Tornevälli, Torniolaakson Museo, Tornedalens Museum, and they are going to visit them in yearly, every year.
Yeah.
And we have. Yes, you can comment, Pia.
No, I was just saying that we started with those museum, Saivaara, Kukkolaforsen, and Sanskär. It was like 4 years ago or something like that. 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yes, and we have a Stone Age village in Saivaara, and you drive up to Swedish Karungi, and then you turn on road 356 to a small village called Korpikylä. No, Kärrbäck.
Yes, correct.
And a couple of kilometers north, we have a Stone Age village there. So we are visiting that in grade 3. And then, of course, Kukkola Forsens, it's a cultural village there with a fishing museum. We have a mill, and we have a såg. What's that in English? Oh my God. Saha, Vanha Saha.
Oh, yes.
So and a minor electrical plant, and that the minor electrical plant supply Kukkola with electric power. And in grade 6, we are visiting Perävaara Struve measuring point. This is our plan, and then, of course, later on, when we have visited that, we are thinking when they're moving from grade 6 to the elderly classes in Yläkoulu, all the students who start grade 7, they are coming into a new building. So we are planning that they are going to make a two-day trip in the Tornio River Valley. 2 days, and we are planning that, and they are going to get the classes together, so they are going to know each other because they are going to be in the same school the next 3 years, and then we are going to make deeper studies about Struve measuring point and visiting some other points, maybe in Pulinki. And then we have Sanskär nature reserve in our archipelago, and they are doing that in grade 8. And we have done that for how many years, Pia?
I think that is also the same, like around 5 years.
Yes. And the plan for Struve this spring, of course, we have to increase our budgets by visiting that, so we need money for bus trips, and to get there and do some minor walk along the path. We have to have a dialogue with the landowners there along the road up to Perävaara, and later on we are clearing the walking trail and the measuring point there later on this spring. And this spring, we are going to start making educational planning, and it's going to be me and Marcus, pedagogiska planeringar, for educational planning for what you can do along the nature trail there. So that is the job for me. So we don't have any detailed plans along the Struve, but of course we are going to do some studies in biology, stones, plants, maths, everything. We have many ideas what you can do with the students. Then make a visiting schedule, bus bookings, and wait a sec. And then hopefully we are ready to visit Perävaara with our students in grade 6. But I'm thinking this year it can be like in 2021 is a kind of what do you say? It's a pilot project, so we can see, okay, this was good, this wasn't so good, so we can evaluate, and maybe to 2022 it's going to be.
Yeah, exactly, and that's how I did with those other things, that it has been changing a little bit during the years.
Yes. But visiting Perävaara, we are going to do that this next start when the school starts in autumn 2021. But if you are looking in a longer perspective, next slide. Of course, this Perävaara visiting, this is a part of our municipality's cultural heritage program. But if you think further on, we have to think about markings along and signs. And we are going to do that with the municipalities in Norrbotten. It's like Swedish Lappi. So it's easier for people to find there to Perävaara. Of course, we have to think about roads, parking, fireplaces. So you have this accessibility there. So when you come to the Struve point, you have maybe fireplaces that you can make a campfire and make food there. And then, as I told you earlier, that grade 7, we are going up to a trip along the Tornio River Valley, and we are new classes and can collaborate together and getting closer each other, and visit some Struve measuring points in Tornio Valley. It can be in Pullinki or it can be in Pello. We have to think. We are not there, but it's in our plan. And then we have, you can see project number 3. We have a science center in Luleå. Maybe perhaps we can collaborate with them, and if they can produce some educational material about Struve. And Johan, and who was here? Johan and Johan, you know what I am talking about. Teknikens hus.
Yes, I do.
Yes, and we can see if we can work with them. And or project 2, which maybe should be project 2 or 3, and we have to develop Perävaara measuring point to be a part of the public. If you think about the tourism, and we can talk about with the local business entrepreneurs and maybe extend the walking trail so you have easier access from Kukkola Koski, Kukkola Forsen, Kukkola River Rapids, so you can from there go by bike there if you want to, or winter time you can have ski trails there. I don't know anymore. Pia, Marcus, Seija, fill in.
No, I think this was a good presentation. I don't have anything else to say.
And since the last meeting, I went by cross-country skis to visit Perävaara with my dog. And that day was a very sunny Saturday when I got to the top of the Perävaara. And I got to the information screen and I saw a lot of snow in the trees. But it was still a really special moment for me. Maybe not as magnificent as we saw from Oravivuori in Finland, but a very special moment. And then I got back and I started to go back for Perävaara. I felt the hill because of my dog speeding up a bit. I also met the forest owner, Pesola, that you mentioned earlier. And she was, as usual, very positive to cooperate with us, and she was very interested and positive to this project and to make strategies to visit Struve Arc measure point at Perävaara. So I'm also sure we can make an interesting visit for our pupils here in Haparanda community to the measuring point. And because we all in this group own the responsibility to take care of these huge nature values that we can see at the measuring points. So further generations in the future will also get to see Struve Arc measuring points. Thank you.
And I can just say that, and it's very interesting for me, of course, to work with the school, but also with besöksnäringen, matkailupuolen ihmiset in our community. So this is very interesting. Both sides. Yeah.